Brewers log, April 23rd. So I finally got a few things done tonight. Not as much as I would hope, but a few things is at least a start. I got both of the brown sugars that were in the fridge that were cold crashing. They have been racked, and so they're off all the sediment. I'm going to leave them sitting out overnight and may put them back in because we didn't get any bottling done. And we may try to go ahead and bottle all those with the other 4 gallons I've got tomorrow. I need to see if I've got enough bottles, but I believe I do, so that may be the plan for those instead of letting them sit too much longer. Next thing I did, I racked both of the summer shanties that I had, the meads that I'd made. The raw honey here came out really acidic, but not terrible, so I think another month in the secondary should help bring down the acidity and hopefully make it better. I'm going to read about more online and figure out if that's going to be enough or if I need to rethink some of what I'm doing to try to bring that acidity down. This one, I can definitely tell I waited too long on the Stevenson honey to rack it. It is very bitter to the point it makes you pucker to take even a sip of it. So I've added another pound of honey to it to hopefully, with the sweetness and the bitterness together, may make it a little bit better. I'm going to try it again after a couple days and see where it's at and see if that was enough to help it or if it's just going to take a lot longer to settle out and try to lose some of that bitterness. But I know the bitterness is a lot harder to get rid of than the acidity, so I'm going to have to look up on that one too and see what I can do about it. But the meads came out, but I wouldn't say either of them are really where I'd wanted them, but it is only about a month after I started because both of these are 3/18 is what it looks like I started these. So I'm a little over a month, so 3 to 6 months is what some people say on meads. I was hoping that about 2 months into it these would be ready to drink, so I'm going to have to play with them and see where I go from there. And in the middle of trying to some of the other stuff I did tonight, I had extra apple juice, so I went ahead and made another gallon of Stevens honey with SO4 yeast, a teaspoon of yeast nutrient, and that's all that's really in there. It's capped and ready to go, and we'll go from there. Alright, so the reason that I had the leftover apple juice that I made the other honey cider from was because of these two. I went to bottle them tonight thinking I'd already added in my spices and a little more apple juice to them to make my apple pie cider, and found I had never finished these off. So I went ahead and put in a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom, I think is how you say that, and a pinch of a pinch of cloves. I'll put it in the notes below what the exact recipe was that I used. But they came. And also there is another pound of. Well, one of them is a pound of brown sugar and one is a pound of white sugar. I'm guessing this is my brown sugar and this is my white sugar, just from the color, but I forgot to mark them, so usually the flavor will definitely tell that on it. The brown sugar was really good, even the white sugar was really good, and they are different. So I'm going to let them mellow out for at least another day or two. We'll see how what's going on tomorrow night. They may get bottled tomorrow night and just rest with the extra sugar in the bottle to carbonate, and we'll see where they're at after a week or two, or depending on how things have been going, they may sit in the fridge for another week or two, gaining some of that flavor. So I'll have to let you know once they're bottled and how they're really tasting, and from there. But what they were tasted like right after putting the stuff in and shaking it up a little, they tasted really good. So I'm hoping that recipe turns out fairly well. That's all I've got for tonight.